Hey everyone, welcome back to AFTV. We're here ready to look into the starting 11, which is out in half an hour. I've got the panel here. Let's start with Helen. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We're not going to clap, no?
Oh, is that what we're doing? Is that what you're bringing in? We don't normally, but...
Yeah, but it's all part of the... Yeah, thank you. And everyone else is clapping as well. This is what we do now. Lead judges. There's a bit of a meeting there. Come on. And of course, Turkish. There we go.
You're too kind, man.
Yeah, I think we got to big you all up before we inevitably lose our minds.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're clapping a few times in the game.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's what we want to see. How are we all? How are we all doing?
Nervous.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. You nervous, Helen?
Yeah, I'm feeling quite anxious.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, that's the first time in a while we've all been saying this.
Apprehensive. What a good word. I think that takes the word, doesn't it?
I'll
win the word game, by the way. 1-0 to the judge.
Extra points on top squad.
Yeah,
there you go.
There you go.
That's not a word we've used for a while. Even going into Liverpool, I think there was a degree of muted excitement. But this is the first time in a while I think we know things might spill over a little bit if they don't go well.
Yeah. Potentially.
Do you sense that, Turkish?
Potentially. I mean, look, Liverpool away is one thing. I don't think any of us really deep down said we're leaving there with any more than a point at best.
Yeah.
Man United's another one. Obviously, without Ole, we don't know what they're going to be. So, you know, that whole bounce, that's what we faced. Everton, 8 games without a win. Rafa Benitez, if he loses one more, it looks like his job's gone. They're planning a protest, a walkout in a certain minute during the game.
27th or something.
Yeah.
20 years without a trophy, apparently. That's what it is.
So they've got their own battles going on within. So I think it's set up for us to go there and bounce back. But I'm nervous because do I believe this team has everything it needs to bounce back? No. The creativity is a problem. It's not just a problem from Man United or a problem from the Liverpool game and Watford, Norwich and so on. It's a problem for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem we can fix internally at the moment, it seems. It's a problem for the transfer window, but we're not in a transfer window. So
yeah. Echo all that, Helen?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we've lacked creativity, we've lacked goals from midfield, we've lacked goals from our strikers as well. So, yeah.
When he first took over, he had Lacazette up front. I remember his first game against Bournemouth. It was Lacazette up front. Reece Nelson on the right. Didn't work out for him. Cool, still young, but it's not working out for him. Ozil number 10, Aubameyang on the left. So I can kind of understand why we weren't so free-flowing. You had an Ozil in decline, let's be honest. Aubameyang's a striker on the left and everything we just said. But, you know, he has brought in Odegaard. Smith Rowe's come through. Bukayo Saka's proven himself a good right winger. Pepe and Martinelli are still around. Lee, why do we have such a problem scoring goals? There are teams in the league that don't have the quality we have in our squad, who look like they look like they can cause other teams problems.
One of the reasons is because when you go goal up, then you decide to go and sit back on it and defend, you know, and not show too much creativity or even look to go forward and all that. That was the biggest. Listen. You can go to Old Trafford on the best of times and lose and whatever, like, you know what I mean? It's the way we lost that has really got me down and worries me. You know what I mean? I was talking about apprehensions and I thought we were talking about the cup draw. I think, you know what I mean, like we're going to get like Stockport away and struggle without scoring goals. You know what I mean? Wherever we go, we're going to struggle to score goals at this moment in time. What I'm seeing from Wednesday, listen, I'll say it now. I took a point going up to Old Trafford a bit. After watching that first 20 minutes, I'm thinking, forget about that. This is 3 points on the cards. I honestly thought we was going to win 3 or 4-0 because I'll tell you why. They were that poor.
Yeah.
They were that poor.
And we started that well.
And then we did start well. We got the goal, but I think somebody said it the other day, we didn't play the team, we played the Bears. When it went to Leicester, we kept going. But for some unknown reason, we sat back. And I can look at it and go, well, we sat back because of, you know, that they were good. That's not the case, because as soon as it went 1-1, we went on again. And what I'm saying is, we are not learning our lessons now. Is it the manager or the player? He's turned around and said to the players, well, do something about it then, because it's not the first time this has happened. If you go back, Norwich in the our first win of the season.
Yeah, in the league.
We sat back and we was hanging on at the end there, like, you know, could have got an equaliser against us. Burnley, the same. Then I see it against Crystal Palace. There wasn't a learning curve there, right, we're going to stop that. But then we went and done it again. Even against Leicester, if we be honest, we done it against Leicester in the second half, but because we're 2-0 up and we won, we sort of accepted that, and I get that. But you cannot continue to keep doing that, like, you know. And like, I'm looking at it at Man United. As poor as they are as a team, they have individuals that can hurt you. They've got. So you playing that way. Somewhere along the line, they're going to nick a goal. It's like when we're playing Newcastle, and Newcastle done it to us the other day. We've got someone in the team's got that little bit of quality that gets us the goal. Well, that's what Man United was thinking, like, you know. And then I'll say it now: mistakes continue to keep happening. You know, we said it last season with different players. You know, the penalty. You know, what was Odegaard doing there? You know, he's not like naive. He's an experienced international. He's been around the block a little while. To do something like that, you know,
gutting.
Yeah, and it's a hard one. And people have a go at me about how I support the Arsenal at this moment in time. When I went to Liverpool, I had not one expectation that we was going to win that game. Did I have the ump afterwards? Of course you have the ump, but it's, you know,
it's manageable.
Manageable, yeah. But I honestly, watching that game there, I've been really annoyed about what I've seen over the last few days, and I'm losing my patience with this manager now. I'm really, you know, someone said, which was a great point yesterday, like, you know, I'm critical and patient. You know what I mean? Like, and I am critical, but my patience is running as thin as my hairline.
Yeah. There we go. Fair enough. Guys, we do have the FA Cup draw. We are obviously looking ahead to this Everton game, but we do have the FA Cup draw, I think, happening from 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So from 7, the starting 11 comes out, and we've got the FA Cup draw, so plenty to discuss. We'll be looking ahead.
Number 2 we are, aren't we? Apparently. Number 2.
No, we're number 2 in the draw?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
about right, number 2.
All right, fair enough. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. Guys, we are just going to cut away for 1 second because apparently we have some audio issues, so we'll be back very, very shortly in 2 secs.
Number 2.
Right, apologies for that, guys. Hopefully everything's smoothed out now. Thank you for your patience. Guys, let's have a look at why we might be feeling anxious, why we're feeling a little under pressure, because I think it's what our rivals have done this weekend. I've got the results up here. And the heart-wrenching one for me was the West Ham-Chelsea result. Bit of back and forth. I thought this is an opportunity for West Ham to drop points. I can't believe I'm looking at that fixture and I'm saying it's Chelsea we want to be getting something out of it. Masuaku, obviously a little bit of luck, but West Ham go and win it, and I think they probably deserved it off their endeavour and energy and all that. Man United started the Ralph Rangnick reign with a 1-0 win against Crystal Palace, and then Tottenham 3-0 winners against Norwich. Now look, I expect United and I expect Tottenham to win those games, so you know, you can't just have to swallow it. You hope for a slip up. But West Ham are getting the job done, aren't they, Hannah?
They really are. West Ham are doing what we need to be doing, taking the points that are in front of you. So I just think I don't really want to be relying on other teams dropping points. I need my team to go out, perform. You know, we had the points. We were 1-0 up at Old Trafford, yeah?
Yeah.
It was all in our control, and we decided to sit back, regress, become quite negative, and Man United weren't good. They weren't good, which is why it's quite upsetting how bad and how we lost the points. A draw would have been fair because I don't think either team was that great, but the fact that we lost is, it's sad.
I agree. Texture, are you surprised by West Ham's form? Like, does those weekend results as well heap more pressure on tonight?
You have to be. You have to be surprised. You can't say you're not surprised by West Ham's form. Even West Ham
I was
fans
shocked when I saw the result.
When Moyes first come in to where they are now, they was near the bottom. They was near the relegation.
People thought they were going to go down last season.
They was in and around the relegation zone when Moyes come in, and you fast forward nearly 2 years later, and they've put on a challenge for top 4. I'd say last season or in and around it, and this season so far, if you had to pick one outside of the top 3 that deserve the 4th spot, it's clearly West Ham. You know, sometimes the table does lie, and then, you know, teams might be above another, but a certain other team is really doing better that season, and West Ham are just doing what they need to be doing plus more. You know, a win against Liverpool and a win against Chelsea, coupled up with their consistency in the games amongst the opposition, you know, that would generally be around them in the league.
Yeah.
So far, they're doing everything that I'd want Arsenal to be doing.
Yeah.
Showing signs of life again in
I'd
terms
add
of...
also the fact that they're playing fantastic football. They're not only are
good to
they're
watch.
not fluking wins, they're comfortably entertaining and completely deserve the
Are they
3
the
points
only
they're
team
winning.
outside the top 3 of a positive goal difference? I think it's something like
I
that.
think, yeah.
Actually, I can answer that because we've got the league table. So why am I trying to guess? And Man United have a +1. So there you go. They got a +9 goal difference. But that's the task now today, isn't it, Lee? We're sitting in 7th, but a win does get us back to 5th, a point off top 4. And, dare I say, does make things look better again. And we do seem to go up and down like that.
100%. I said this last week, that how many points do I expect to get? I think we said it on the Forever Arsenal. How many points do you expect to get from this 3 games? 7, I said. You know what I mean? So if we was to win today, 6, and you turn around and go, well, it ain't such a disaster.
Yeah.
The other side of it is that we've gone to Man United and Liverpool. Tottenham haven't gone to those teams in and around us.
100%,
And West Ham, as well as they've done, they've all been against teams at home. You know, like so to go into with a run of fixtures that we've got, and also on the back of going to Man United away, going to Liverpool away, going to Manchester City away, being 1 point off top 4, would be I think is a healthy position. So I know that it's all doom and gloom at the moment, but that's the reality of it. But you've got to get the job done tonight.
Yeah.
If you don't get the job done tonight, you're languishing in 7th place. We're £150 million spent in the summer. An improved team, because it is an improved. When people turn around at me, and I said this yesterday as well, but the team's improved. You know what I mean? Well, of course it's improved. You know what I mean? We've got Tomiyasu, who's a better right back than Bellerin. Benjamin White is a better central defender than Mustafi. So you are going to improve. But one place, £150 million, not good enough in my eyes. You know what I mean? And what I'm getting fed up now, and the patience that I'm getting, is that it's win 5 or 6 games, lose 2 or 3, draw a couple, or we go on another run, win 4 or 5 games, then losing that, and then all of a sudden the season's finished and we're 7th or 8th. It's got to stop. You've got to get on a run, and like the teams consistently getting win. And what I'm saying about the Man United game, I don't care what anybody says. One of those teams, if that was West Ham going there, right, they wouldn't have lost that game. If Spurs were going to them on Thursday night, they wouldn't have lost that game. We was up against the managerless Manchester United, and we still couldn't get half the job done. And that is a worry for me, like, you know, yes, the team's young and all that, but there's enough experience in that team as well. And if you're going to Old Trafford, you've got to walk and talk the walk, and this is what we've got to do. You've got to defend properly, not make mistakes. Ben White's been fantastic. I've seen the goal now. I didn't see it at the time because we was there. Poor clearance.
Yeah, really poor.
Poor clearance. Smith Rowe giving away the ball on the edge of the box. Now, these mistakes, James, have been happening against Newcastle. They've been happening against other teams. When you're playing Man United and Ronaldo, you don't get a second chance. Bash.
Absolutely.
Cut out the mistakes. And if you're not going to cut out the mistakes, see you later. I have to say this. You know, Arteta's been ruthless with people like Guendouzi, players of that sort. Pepe dropped him like after one bad game, and I'm seeing players continuously playing bad that are still in the team. You know what I mean? And it's not just Aubameyang, by the way. You know what I mean? Like, our midfield is you know, people going on about, oh, like Xhaka. I want Xhaka back in the team. Do you know why I want him back in the team? Because we're playing a half-fit Partey, because the players in there have not stepped up to the plate and done the business. You know what I mean? Like, and then when they have, in say like Maitland-Niles, who I thought had a very good game against Newcastle.
He didn't play again, did he?
Hasn't had a minute since.
Lukonga great against Newcastle as well. Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. We've got a few super chats, but I think we're going to address them in a little bit because there's some other stuff we want to go through. But Freddie asks, is Arteta's role in question if we lose today? In my opinion, it has to be. That's what he says. And Bijou says, what do you think of Arteta if Aubameyang starts? He's expecting a 3-1 win for Arsenal. I think we're going to go into all that very, very soon. But we do have some sort of stats and figures and interesting stuff going into the game. I thought I'd read them out because, you know, they always add some nice little context. Start with this one, which is that Everton won both Premier League games against Arsenal last season, but they've not won 3 in a row against the Gunners in the league since April 1986. There are a lot of stats like that last season that we broke, and not for good reasons.
Yeah. Just hope that one works today.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hope. And I think actually going to the United game was a similar one. United haven't gone 6 league games without not beating Arsenal. Obviously, then we give them that win. Fun fact number 2 is that Arsenal have scored 111 Premier League goals against Everton, more than they have against any other side in the competition.
Yeah.
Can we remember? I can remember a 5-2 a couple of years ago.
Sanchez, I think.
Goodison, yeah, that was good. Ozil, good header.
I remember, I can't remember what year it was now. There was a little bit of a meltdown about Arsenal because we hadn't really signed that many players in the summer. First game of the season, went to Everton, won 6-2.
6-0.
6-0, was it?
Yeah,
6-0?
Well, Fabregas, Denilson, Bentner, all them.
Yeah, I remember that. Was it 6-0?
It was 6-0, yeah. We
played. You know what I mean? So,
might have been 6-1, but it wasn't.
You know what I mean? And so we've done well in there in the past. It's a tough place to go. Listen, I don't care what anybody says today. It's going to be a tough game today. But if you want to get the aspirations of top 4, you know, or whatever. This is what really is winding me up now.
That's what's annoying us. It's annoying me. We're just hindering each time.
We're hindering it.
Win that game, you're in the top 4. Yeah, you might not stay there. Let's just show we can get there.
Yeah.
And that's why we're feeling a bit...
It's a really good point. Let's just at least get there.
Let's
everyone else has been there at some point.
If we can get there by Christmas, then we can see, like, there's a little bit of progress. Exactly what you were saying, Lee, earlier.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You know, I mean, I've seen 2 years of this now. When are we going to get off the roundabout? You know what I mean? Like, it's like in the old school playground, the old roundabout going around. You know what I mean? Like, we're still on it. I'm getting giddy. You know what I mean? Like, well, what I'm saying is,
his school was good if it had a little
people
roundabout.
are saying to me like, "Oh, we ain't good enough for top 4." We are. We're in a race for top 4. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I expect the front 3 to go off as they have done, but there is now at the end of it. James, if Man United do come above us, I will accept that and say, well, do you know what? They've got some world-class players, better players than us, more experienced players. I ain't accepting any other team. I'm not accepting it. You go on about West Ham, you know, I mean, everything there. Oh, you just turned around and said the energy. They're playing week in, week out in Europe and everything like that, and they've still got enough energy to go and beat Chelsea. You know, I look at Tottenham. You know what I mean? Just want to say something about that. When Conte came in, we was 5 points clear of Tottenham. They're now 2 points clear of us. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but have they got better players than us?
Yeah, it's a fair point.
They haven't. You know what I mean? So Leicester, they're struggling. We should be in the mix. You know, Leicester, I thought would be really in the mix, but they're poor at this moment in time.
Yeah.
And then, but people will turn around and go, trying to offer, oh well, if we come in 5th or 6th, it's progress. No, it's not. Enough is enough now. Let's get our standards back up to where they should be. And I'm telling you that now, they ain't really 4th. But at this moment in this season, it is.
Well, kind of within these weeks, it could have been.
December's
and that's reality.
December's going to tell us a lot.
But a key point is we've got to remember they were both away from home. The points we have dropped, So...
Yeah,
you know, that's a key fact because the points the others have gained were their home games. So once
I think it's
having
important
a few, we'll
context.
see.
I think it's more that we look so far off it. You know, West Ham can win, whereas we don't even look like getting a point. And I think that's where it's hard. Let me ask you about this, Turkish. It's my 3rd fun fact of the day. Everton have lost 6 of their last 7 Premier League matches. They're winless in the last 8. Everton haven't gone 9 without a win since a 12-game since a 12-game run between August and October 1994. So this is one of their worst runs in a long, long time. Does that? Because we all say Goodison's a tough place. It's always tough. Walk out on 27 minutes.
Yeah.
We surely can't be saying the same things today, can we? This should be, and I'm not saying it will be, because I know what Arsenal are like. This should be just getting their 3 points out.
if it's to be believed that Arsenal are on the right path and Everton are, the reality is what we're seeing from them, then it should be a win today. And it should be a pretty comfortable win when you really think about it. If the process is going the way Edu and Arteta and the club want it to be going, then 2 years in, against a team like Everton, in the situation they're in, you should be beating them.
Yeah.
That's why there's a lot of pressure on Arteta today, and a lot of pressure on Edu and what they've done in the last 6 to 12 months in terms of incomings and outgoings. It's not going to paint the full picture today, but when we was in that streak of 10 games without a loss, I said that Arteta can't afford to slip up anymore.
Yeah.
I don't really call Liverpool a slip up. It was a poor performance, a bit of the same old, but I didn't expect nothing from that game anyway.
Sure.
United, I'm very disappointed. I'm similar with Lee on that. I think they was there for the taking, but it is Man United. They have got Ronaldo, Sancho, Fernandes and so on. Now it's Everton. Where again I feel the same way as going into United. We're away from home, but in reality, look where they are and look how they've been playing. We should get something out of it. There's something from United I would have taken a point. There's something from Everton. It should be 3 points tonight. I
completely agree. And we talk about scoring goals and attacking being an issue. And here's another factor really, hammering the pressure, that in the Premier League, Rafa Benitez has seen his side concede more goals against Arsenal than against any other team in the competition. Rafa has seen his team keep just one clean sheet in 17 top flight games. Got through it eventually, against the Gunners. I mean, if there's ever most goals scored against Everton than any other club, Benitez can't keep a clean sheet, to save his life.
They haven't won in 8.
If there's ever, and let's look at some of those Everton results. I've got them here. Man United, it started with a point.
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
They started with a point at Old Trafford. Fair enough, they did what we couldn't. They then lose at home to West Ham, disappointing. But again, they can probably talk themselves into understanding that West Ham were good form. I watched that game, and could have gone either way, I suppose. Everton, they lose 5-2 at home to Watford.
Yeah, that one was
That's the killer.
That
is the killer. That then follows another defeat away at Wolves. They lose 2-1. They take a point off Spurs, fair enough, at home, in a 0-0 draw. Lose 3-0 at City, better than we did, to be fair. They lose 1-0 at Brentford, also better than we did, to be fair. And then they lose 4-1 at home to Liverpool. So that is 6 defeats and 2 draws in the last 8. It is a shocking run. We have to capitalise on it.
Yeah, but it won't be easy. There were spells in that game against Liverpool where they were competing with Liverpool. I know that Liverpool were 2-0 up, they got it back to 2-1, and it was a game until a mistake. But what happens is they make the mistake and they capitalise on it. What I think also is, I was talking about this earlier on as well, when you look at Arsenal at this moment in time and you go back their attacking side and everything like that, the decision making from our forwards and attacking play is poor. Now that means players like as young as Smith Rowe and things like that, well, get into they're passing when they should be shooting, they're shooting when they're passing, they're making the wrong decisions at the wrong time. Now you look back to Arsenal's glory days and all that, of young players coming through, they didn't make those mistakes. Whether they was being taught by better players around them and whatever. Paul Merson, when he was young, at 20 years of age, was coming in and scoring goals, making chances. And Alan Smith, when he was that wasn't 23, 24 when he came to Arsenal. We weren't these 30-year-old that we are not being clinical enough, not just in front of goal with goals, but our decision making. You have a look at that Everton game. I know he's a different thing with Mosa. Clinical, finishes it, game finished.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got to do. There are moments in games, and you can look back at the Man United game. Martinelli had a good chance to see it today. Do you know what I mean? Like it could have actually gone 2-0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Key moments that we've got to start taking in games of football.
I agree. Malachi with a super chat says, Lee, I know we are Arsenal, we are a big club, but when finishing 8th twice, 5th is an improvement. Regardless of the name, we will get 3 points though.
Yeah, but when Chelsea finished 10th, their fans could say 8th is an improvement. But what did they do after finishing 10th? They won the league again. Yeah. And I'm not saying Arsenal should go win the league after finishing 8th twice, because we're far from that. But it's how you look at it as well.
Sure.
Standards have definitely dropped. In the club for sure, and it's in the fan base now too. Now I'm sitting here saying that I said in the summer there's nothing we can do to break the top four this season unless someone in the top four crumbles of their own accord. But there's nothing we can bring in Conte this summer. I don't believe we can get top four.
Okay.
And sitting here now in December, really and truly, they're proving me wrong through a mix of good form and a mix of other teams like Man United, Tottenham, Leicester, Everton not doing what I thought they would be doing. So the opportunity is there, but the reality is 5th, 6th, even 2nd, 3rd and 4th to me is nonsense.
Sure.
I'm not here for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 4th, 8th. I'm here to challenge for 1st. And if you don't get 1st, on to the next season. Not, we finished 2nd, it's an improvement. We finished 4th, it's an improvement. You know, we turned on, you know, in essence, a lot of fans turned their back on a legend, Arsene Wenger, because top 4 wasn't enough. Yeah. 3 years later, we can't be saying our 5th is an improvement. Who are we holding culpable for feeling like that? If you're feeling like 5th is an improvement when we all turned against Arsene Wenger, Arsenal legend, for top 4 not being enough, then why do you feel like that? It's the same owners. But when you're in a season as we are in, it's hard to bang on about the owners because there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Sure.
But I know that opportunity will come again soon because under this ownership, we are not delivering what we saw growing up. Titles and legends.
The ambition is just not there.
Because
under them we haven't achieved nothing apart from an FA Cup. That's the reality.
The other thing which is evident now, been to the last couple of away games, there is discontent in there is discontent in the away fans now. They're not happy with what's gone. They wasn't happy after that game. You know, they are starting to say, right, we've had enough of this. We're not happy with what we're seeing. There was a little bit of discontent, like not bad, but like they're not happy with what's going on. Now, what pains me a little bit with Arsenal, and not pains me, but what I've seen of it. Listen, Arsenal have not always been a great side. We've gone through these times before, but it's different now, like, you know what I mean? Like when you was going to Highbury when we was rubbish back in the day, you was paying exactly the same amount of money as them down the road or wherever around the country. Now you're not. There's a for me, Arsenal are a big club when it comes to spending your money, you know what I mean, as ticket prices and all that, So match that.
Exactly.
Match that with what you're putting on the field.
Not taking the piss.
Yeah, it is slightly, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm paying West End prices to watch a Village show. That's what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like watching basic mistakes, watching young kids come through, which is great, but ultimately, there's got to be some sort of accountability at the end of it. I'm fed up now with, we've lost that, we're young, we're this, we're that, the excuses that keep coming out, you know. We've got a naive manager. We've got a manager that's inexperienced. He's been in the job 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
When is he going to be experienced? When do you get experience?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, look at you now, James. You know what I mean? When you first come here, you know, bit nervous and all. Now you're all confident and you've improved and you've become a much better presenter.
Thank you.
Because you're experienced. You know what I mean? We're not saying to you because you're fluffing up your lines, I'll give him another 6 months, give him another 6 months. You're not, are you? You're making no excuse, you're doing your job properly.
There are things in football. By the way, the 11 is going to be out any second, guys, so we are keeping an eye on that. We've got some super chats to go through in a sec, but there are things in football you just accept, that you wouldn't accept in general life, in any other job.
No, I get that to a certain degree.
Errors,
I do get that.
You know, it's true.
There's one chat there that I just want to respond to. It said something about Turkish is deluded if he's saying he's not going to be happy with a Champions League place. Now, don't get me wrong, I miss Champions League. We all do. I'll be happy we're there, but that is not the end of the road because we was unhappy just being there. My first appearance on AFTV was our last appearance in the Champions League. It was off the plane from Munich, 5-1. Actually,
really?
we had one more game. It was 5-1 at home.
I'm so sorry to cut you, but there is some massive breaking news, and that is regarding the 11s. I've got them here.
Go on.
Let's start with Arsenal's.
The way you said that, it's like,
I wouldn't have cut you if I didn't think it was big.
That's cool.
It's something bad.
Aaron Ramsdale starting in goal. The back four sees Kieran Tierney come back with Tomiyasu White and Gabriel. Thomas Partey partners Granit Xhaka in midfield. Xhaka is straight back into the team. Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard and Gabriel Martinelli are starting behind Alexander Lacazette.
Oh, I did say that, didn't I?
Unbelievable bit of team news there.
Lacazette. Oh, maybe Xhaka.
Could be Xhaka, could be Lacazette. We'll go through the Everton team very quickly. Jordan Pickford in goal, Coleman, Keane, Mina and Godfrey in the back four with Alan, Doucouré in midfield, Townsend, Gordon, Gray and Richarlison up front. That is massive news. Kieran Tierney coming back and Lacazette starting. We thought that would be headline news.
Yeah.
Odegaard keeps his place. Okay, Saka's fit to start, but Granit Xhaka, who wasn't meant to be fit till the new year, is not only on the bench, he's straight into the 11. Unbelievable news.
Always going to come straight back in, James.
I got some super chats here. I'm just going to have a little look at.
My phone's going mad.
Yeah. It's all going mad. Sorry, Shreth says, our resignation to mediocrity is heartbreaking. M35 was only given a chance when he scored his second touch. Boy never even got 5 minutes before he's talking about Martinelli there. And we've got another super chat here from AFC Max. Lee, let's not forget the Tommy Asu penalty chance was given against Man United. Should have been given against Man United, said VAR, and refereeing was shocking that day. Let's go back to this 11, guys. Massive news. I can't overstate it. Who wants to go first?
Well, I've said it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I've said it. You know what I mean? One, he's being missed because he's elite, but no one has taken that role. Whether your chances, not. If you're Lokonga and you're even like El Neni and even Maitland-Niles, you're looking at him thinking, well, what? I haven't really been given a chance, and he's come straight back in. I will say this: our best performance of the season so far was in that first half against Tottenham. He was pivotal in that. You know what I mean? And
he was very good that day. He was.
So you know, and he just come back from injury that day. But so it's a big call. It's the manager now that listen. This is going to either make him or break him. It's as simple as that.
It's either any chance. He's North London derby, hasn't kicked a ball in a month, had COVID.
I'm shocked he's
had
come
a red
straight
card
back
against
in,
City
I'm
where
not
he
gonna
left
lie.
everyone exposed.
I'm absolutely
straight
shocked.
back in for Spurs. He's had 2 training sessions. Do you know what? I'm going to give him one thing. He's a machine.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Oh my word. He'll play every game of the season. He won't pick up any injuries. The minute he does, he comes back a month early and he's straight into the 11. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But Turkish, go on, give us your thoughts.
Will his fitness be there though?
I know you've probably. Yeah. Go on, give us your thoughts, Turkish.
Listen, people know my thoughts on Granit Xhaka, the footballer.
Yeah, you're a massive fan.
All I'm saying now, is he's back in. That's the preferred partnership in midfield. So
yeah, that's a great point.
Him being here now adds pressure again to Arteta. He's already under pressure tonight. But Xhaka being there, available and picked alongside Partey, I really hope he's not captain. And again, people should know why I hope that.
I think he will be.
Because it'll just feel like, you know, what the hell's been happening the last 2 years? Like, am I the only one watching kind of thing? But in all honesty, it's last chance saloon for not only Xhaka, but Arteta as well. He can't afford any more slip-ups. And
is this a make or break decision from him, do you think?
I said when Emery made Xhaka captain, I said Emery will die on Xhaka's sword. Yeah? Arteta will probably fall on that same sword. That's my honest gut feeling about it. I hope I'm wrong, people, again. This is not what I want, this is what I think. And I think the same will happen with Arteta. It just looks that way to me. I don't rate Granit Xhaka as a footballer. I don't think he brings as much as people say he brings in terms of solidity and maybe a leader. I don't see him as that at all. But he's in, he's favoured, he's back. Let's see, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I didn't think Ramsdale was a great sign in the summer. Ramsdale's proving me wrong. I didn't think Ben White was a great sign in the summer. So far, Ben White's proving me wrong. Tavares proving me wrong. Xhaka can do the same thing because he's still here. Yeah. He's still getting chances. Today is another chance. Yeah. But prove me wrong.
Yeah, I hear that. Guys, there's so much going on. I mean, trust me, the one time I host the Starting 11 show, it's all going off. Xhaka's back in the 11, and the FA Cup draw is happening right now. We're keeping an eye on Arsenal, who are number 2 in the pot. This is the 3rd round draw. The FA Cup does start in the new year, so we're looking forward to seeing who Arsenal are going to get. We'll keep you up to date with all that. We're going to have a little look at how the Starting 11s could look on paper as well. Helen, as we're just watching the draw, though. Give us your thoughts around Xhaka coming back. But actually, we've kind of touched on that as well. But like Tierney coming back in, Lacazette starting,
I'm happy about Lacazette starting because I was hoping
Chelsea
he
at
would
home.
start in the Manchester United game because I think, especially
Chelsea
away
been
from
drawn at home.
we need his hold-up play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very happy to see that.
Does it feel like Chelsea
Chesterfield.
just drawn Chesterfield at home? Does it feel like this is Mikel Arteta today in a must-win game, turning to experience more than ever, turning to maybe the guys he trusts to do the work? You know, the Tierneys, the Xhakas, the Lacazette. There's something a little more robust to them, isn't there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but with Laka, I don't think he wanted this. I think he wanted Oba to be his leading striker, but that just hasn't worked out.
Shrewsbury Town.
So I guess, the experience coming in of Laka. Listen, I'm not happy with either Laka or Oba, but Laka brings more than Oba.
I think we need him in away matches especially because I feel Aubameyang goes missing often in away matches. He's isolated, he's not getting the service. It's not all his fault.
He's not.
But yeah.
He's not instinctive in the way he makes his runs.
I just feel
either.
like something's missing when Lacazette's not in the team.
I'm more happy with the 11 than not. We are going to take your super chats, guys, and comments, everything coming through. It is just we're keeping an eye on the FA Cup draw as well. So there's a lot going on. Let's see what people are saying. You guys just scream at me if something happens in this draw. Touch of Awesome says Xhaka over Partey. So glad he's back. So excited. Wow, fair enough.
Smith Rowe's not even in the squad. By the way.
I was thinking that. What
He's
about
injured.
Emil?
Not even in the squad.
I
Do you know
was injured.
what? So much going on, I didn't even clock that.
Yeah, no,
absolutely right.
That was the first thing I thought.
Jid says, whether you like it or not, Xhaka is Arsenal's best central midfielder. Sam says, Ailey Maitland-Niles not in the squad, probably as Xhaka's fit. Very telling on his future. Yeah, some good points there. I think we've got another super chat as well, as Arsenal still waiting to be drawn to the cup. Shrath says, James, what if Xhaka gets caught out due to lack of match fitness and gets a red card? Should I laugh or cry or curse my stars? Why do I have to tolerate? Well, this is Xhaka tends to do well in his comeback game.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
Yeah, adrenaline will get him through.
Yeah.
Jid F32 as well says Arteta's not in as much trouble as you're making it. Stop with the
Arsenal,
agenda.
Number 2.
Kidderminster Harriers.
We're just looking at the draw. Yeah, Kidderminster Harriers have just been pulled out.
Who is it?
And it's not number 2,
35.
unfortunately.
I'd like a nice away trip somewhere.
I like somewhere new. Yeah. I think we'd all be fighting.
I want it at the Emirates.
Yeah, especially if it's a small team. It's
I
nice
don't care
for them
no
to
more.
get the
Leicester
day out.
City.
Leicester
Not an easy one.
Just been
for
drawn out of the
someone.
hat as
We'll probably
well.
get Leicester.
Yeah, there's a lot of big teams still in it.
Is that 41?
41.
I'm just going to take the super chat, guys. Sorry, Jid
Watford.
F32 says Arteta's not as in trouble as you're making it. Stop with the agenda of putting imaginary pressure on Arteta. That's a message to AFTV. I don't think we are making it. I think it's the situation. 150 million pounds spent this summer, 2 years into the job, a chance to win and go within a point of West Ham in fourth. I think the pressure is rightly there.
God forbid you put pressure on him, mate. Seriously.
Yeah, sorry.
It's not even that.
It's not like we don't pay the highest ticket prices in the country.
There's pressure on every
all that.
manager in the Premier League for one reason or another.
But also, since Mikel Arteta came in, Spurs have had, 3 managers? They're on their third manager. So how are we...
Yeah.
It's the way it works.
Is our mentality as a club wrong? I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah,
not that I'm saying he needs to go, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying how would we be small-minded to think that way?
I hear that. We're still waiting for the draw.
Some big
to
teams
come
still
through.
in there. Man United, Man City, Arsenal, Spurs still in there.
I'm seeing a lot of Premier League sides there still to be drawn.
Yeah.
So
Everton have just come out against Hull City.
okay, that would be a nice pre-match boost for them in the changing room.
Come on.
Anyone know how Hull doing? Another super chat's coming from Extreme Gunner says, Turkish, it's not about Xhaka proving people wrong. When he's been shocking, it's been justified at the time. It's about turning it around. Come on, you Gunners. Right, so...
Oh, yeah.
That's
So
a good
it's not
point.
necessarily proving wrong, it's turning it... Yeah, I get
That's a good point. How we felt is completely legitimate and fair.
Definitely.
But now we want to see a new...
I just mean in terms of me
Tottenham
saying
Hotspur
he's not good enough. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, I hear you, Turkish. And Spurs, as you've just heard. And David Sims just
25,
pulled that out of the hat. It's not a number 2, which is
48.
good. So who is number 48?
Morecambe.
I think the third round of the FA Cup isn't a draw to stress about, Lee.
It can be. You want to
Is
get
it
one.
just me?
You want
if
to
you
get one of
Man
those
City.
games. You want after the hard battles of like the Premier League. You got like games thick and
You
fast.
want a fun game.
You want a nice home game against a
point.
smaller side, so you can rest a few players. Tottenham have just got the ideal one. You know what I mean? Like
They
they
can
can
play
rest all their players
yeah.
and still get through.
Yeah, fair enough.
Millwall versus Palace. So look, we don't want to be getting one of
that'll
those big
be a
games.
crazy game.
Millwall Palace, blimey.
I've
South
just knocked my
London
present
rivals.
over. Don't worry, it's an elite Arteta.
Port Vale have just been drawn out the hat, guys.
Port Vale,
Is
Brentford.
that
We're
Still Villa in there. Manchester United, Manchester City.
Queen's Park Rangers?
West Ham are still in there.
Yeah.
West
Sheffield
Ham are still in
United,
it,
Leeds.
and they've been the cup killers. This
We
haven't
can't
they?
even see the second half of the teams, innit?
I know, where are they?
They're
That's
not
what I was
changing the
thinking.
list on the left.
No.
They've
Poor,
got
isn't it?
some
That's
technical
ITV for you,
issues.
that is, isn't it? That's Man City. Swindon versus Man City. So they're going to be quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Ideally, you want to be at home, but you know.
Yeah.
Got a couple more super chats I'm going to go through, knowing Arsenal could be pulled out any minute. D. Mensa says, I'm a big Aubameyang fan. I've never once slated or been disrespectful, but I feel he needs to be benched today, and hopefully that will ignite his fire. Malachi says, Turkish, I love you in the big six, but Granit is the closest thing to semi-stability with Partey in the middle. Still don't like him, though. I kind of get what he's saying in that. They've always formed a fairly solid partnership
Can
together.
I just ask, like, you know the word stable, how can how can it get put to the player that's made the most mistakes leading to goals since signing for the club? Surely that fact alone, means it's quite unstable.
Harrogate
and
would
it's
be
quite,
disappointed.
am I wrong in that, or am I just going mad
Again,
sometimes?
I don't want to be the
per
one to argue with you
situation,
on that,
isn't it?
'cause
And
it's a good
open to
point.
He's in his 6-yard
interpretation.
box last year. He gives it to Burnley to score.
Yeah.
He chokes another Burnley player
Birmingham,
for a red
I'd
card.
like it Aston Villa.
I love Birmingham away.
Birmingham, Aston
People
Villa.
live
So you
there,
can
I'll
go
go
to
stay.
Liverpool.
Oh,
Six
not
days.
us.
62.
Strath is another super chat, says, James, what if Granit Xhaka gets caught? Oh, we've said this, we've read that one out. What if he gets caught today?
My
J. Raj
concern
says,
is his fitness.
Manchester United.
Because
Is this a chance
it's a
at
tough game
revenge?
to come back.
That was Barnsley, I think.
Number
yeah.
3.
Aston Villa. That was
That's
good.
what you don't want. That's what you don't want. See?
Yeah. Very true. That could have been us at Old Trafford again.
Wolves don't want that one neither.
No.
J. Raj says, glad to witness Xhaka back in midfield. Sam says, Tierney Masterclass incoming. He says, that's my shirt. I think, is that a quote?
Sheffield United.
Wolves have got Sheffield
Wolves have been
United.
defensively solid recently.
Little home draw.
They're,
Come
they're,
on.
They're a sensible
There, come
Premier
on.
League side, you know. I like
Is that 29?
number 29, Newcastle
Newcastle
United, the richest club in the country, have just been pulled out.
No, they're going to be
In
getting
the world,
Norwich or
no?
You don't
Leeds.
want them
In the
away
world,
from
in the
home.
world, yeah.
Is that
My God.
53?
Cambridge.
That's Cambridge United, the poorest club in Europe. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. I'm joking. Can you imagine that? That would be quite a narrative. Who's next?
Number
4.
Barnsley.
Barnsley. Up north we go.
Could Arsenal? I don't know like this show. What's the bottom of that
No,
bit there?
who's that? 63.
Have you got Ipswich or Barrow? Interesting.
So it's still West Ham and Arsenal
Still a
and
lot.
Leeds still in there.
I want Bristol Rovers away, man. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
I want a home
actually,
draw.
that'd be a lovely away trip, wouldn't it? We'll fight Robbie for that
Peterborough.
one.
I want a home draw.
I want a home draw, yeah.
I like going to them smaller away grounds.
Especially in the FA Cup. Peterborough have been drawn with Bristol, guys. We're full
We're not
focus on this now. We are going to get back to the 11s.
I think we're going to get Rotherham.
But because any minute now, Arsenal could be called up.
Charlton be a good one.
Yeah, I like Charlton.
43. No.
West Ham United.
You
no.
just know
This, I really
this
don't
has,
Don't you dare do that, David.
this has Arsenal written all over
Oh
it.
dear.
And
No.
it's not
Phew.
Arsenal.
It's not Arsenal.
Leeds
Leeds.
United.
Oh, that is
We
a big
didn't
game.
want that.
Which
that's another
means
one.
It's just taken out
Norwich are the last Premier League club in the draw with Arsenal. So number
QPR, I
34.
wouldn't mind going QPR
I
London
love
game.
Queen's Park
Nah, they're on good
Rangers.
form.
I love
They're on good form. That'll be a tough
Stoke
away
done them the
game.
other day.
I'd rather
I think
not
he's just
have
called
them.
us
That's his
out.
old team as well. No,
No,
good.
he hasn't. Rotherham. So it's Arsenal will face one
two
of
of his old
Norwich,
teams
just pulled
Nottingham
out
or Charlton.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest away. Give us that, man.
No, we've been
No,
there
they
before.
knocked us out a few years ago,
I
didn't
think
they?
we're
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
get Norwich.
give us them.
57. Charlton are playing at
We're
home.
going to be the last one to be pulled out.
And it's-
No,
He
30.
missed
He
it.
missed
It's
us.
not
It's
us, which
Norwich.
means we will
We've got
face
Nottingham
Norwich.
Forest. No, we've got
No.
Nottingham Forest. I
for
saw him
Norwich.
pull out 30.
So we're
yeah.
playing Norwich.
So we're playing Forest over away. Come on, pull it out, number 2.
Nope.
No.
away.
We are away at Nottingham
You
Forest.
got
Coming,
your
Lee.
away trip, boys.
You coming, Leo?
Yes, I'll be there. I'll be there for that one.
I've
That
never
is a
been to Nottingham
repeat,
Forest.
I believe, of the
4-2 we lost that day.
2016
Last
game.
team out of the hat we
Nottingham
was.
Forest, Arsenal, FA Cup.
Yeah, there you go.
Away trip.
Send in your thoughts, guys, about
Happy
the
with
draw.
that. Happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
We're going to break that down, I think, a bit more throughout the week, but that is the draw. It's Nottingham Forest away from home. Let's have a little look at the 11s once more. And we're going to take the tactical pad this time, just have a little look at how we think this is going to work, whether it's Gordon and the number 10 are up front and there's a 4-4-2 for Everton. Obviously, we imagine Martinez is going to be playing on the left. He did start on the right against Man United. I've got it wrong here. It's not Tavares starting, so let's just pull him out because it is Kieran Tierney who's been pulled back in. I don't know what to say about this, but has this come as a shock to you?
What?
The whole starting
Which
11.
bit?
Tierney coming in, Lacazette
The biggest
starting
shock
over
is Xhaka,
Aubameyang,
because I didn't
Granit
know he was
Xhaka.
fit enough. I didn't even know he was.
Yeah, Xhaka.
I
I
came-
saw it posted today, and I was thinking, no, they're just like letting us know he's coming back from into training.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to be back in the team straight away.
Nor did I. That's the most surprising
The
thing.
biggest thing and the happiest thing is that Martinelli
He's
has
still
kept
there.
his
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
And
And
that
Lacazette.
deservedly so.
He's back
Well, I'm not. I mean,
You're not a lover, eh?
I'm not convinced by that. But it'd be interesting. I think Lacazette probably in because Smith Rowe's out. Do you reckon? I think like maybe that.
No, I think Martinelli's in because Smith Rowe's out. You not think?
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to say that my patience has gone with Lacazette as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah,
many goals
big.
has Lacazette scored this season?
I think one, I think, something like that.
How
but
many
big
starts
game.
has he had? though?
One, something
So-
like that.
Yeah, something like that.
you know,
let me ask you guys just some questions to round off, guys. Key battle today. Give us a key battle.
Decore versus Partey Xhaka.
Decore versus Partey and Xhaka.
Midfield
you're
would be
saying.
one I lost in here today.
Helen? Key battle for you today?
Probably in midfield.
Is it Decore and Alan?
It's Decore and Alan, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
midfield's key
I
battle
think
for
it'll
me.
So
be
you're looking at
midfield.
Alan Decore versus Partey and
Is
Xhaka.
Seamus Coleman in?
Seamus Coleman's the starting right back for Everton.
Yeah, and obviously when we spoke to Mike the other day, he said Seamus has been poor. Obviously
Yeah.
he's quite old now, so he's been.
So
twist
looking at
inside out this
Martinelli to
season.
give
So
him
yeah,
some
yeah.
trouble.
I'd say
Yeah.
key for me central midfield, but that Seamus Coleman side is definitely one to look out for.
Lee, what about you? Anywhere else around the pitch you think this could be won and lost?
No, I think like midfield. I'm going to, I know it's the same old cliche, but games are won and lost in midfield.
Yeah.
The fitness of Xhaka, I think, is going to be key. Is he going to be fit enough to do the 90 minutes? But also, I feel on the wide areas, I think that we've got to with Saka and Martinelli. For me, two of our best youngsters, go out there and smash it, guys.
Yeah,
you know what I
big
mean?
time.
Like, and listen, there was a time when I think Mikel was under the pump, and along comes Smith Rowe and helped him out. One of these young guns, and I'm hoping it'll be Martinelli now, and he forces his way into this side where he cannot be left out.
Yeah, fair enough. If we just go to the tactical pad for one last second before we end up the stream, I think what's going to be really interesting about Granit Xhaka's role is whether we see him doing what he's basically been doing since Arteta arrived, which is dropping into that back three and being part of the building. He's always drifting to the left, isn't he? He's always part of it. So what you have is Marseille coming inside, Tierney getting forward, and Xhaka just dropping in to be a part of that. I'm just interested to see whether he is going to leave Partey that exposed in midfield, because Decore and Alan,
I'm not
they do have dynamism. No, you're not.
No.
You think he'll just play a lot more central the way
I think they
Lokonga
have
and
to.
Maitland-Niles have?
Well, judging on our performances in midfield over just even the last 3 games, we've been so poor in midfield. We've barely had anyone in midfield. They've been pulled so out of position so often, not filling in holes when Tavares would go forward and stuff, that that's dangerous if that's what he does.
That's what he mentioned, like in the Villarreal semi-final when he was without Tierney. Remember, he said, "Oh, my game plan went out the window because Xhaka covers Tierney and Tierney goes up."
That's exactly it.
If Seamus Coleman is the area to attack, then
I'm
Tierney
not feeling
attacking
that
would
at all.
be. But
I think we will not win if that's
we can't leave the
what
midfield
happens.
light. But I agree with you. I think that is the plan.
I think that is the plan. I think that's
Wow.
why he's brought him in so soon. Anyway, all right, guys, that rounds off the stream. We've had a lot to discuss there.
Wait, predictions quickly.
Oh yeah, good shout. Yeah, sorry, how can I forget? Predictions.
Wow.
I'll start 1-1.
Yeah.
I second that. I can't remember what I said on Forever Price.
Yeah. 2-2.
2-2.
I'm backing the boys. 2-1 to the Gunners.
There we have
Guys, fingers crossed. We are going to be back in about 20-25 minutes or so. We'll be getting ready for the watch along. Massive game. Just to recap the biggest news. Firstly, the FA Cup draw. Arsenal are playing away at Nottingham Forest. Alex Lacazette is starting up front. Kieran Tierney's coming for Nuno Tavares at left back, and Granit Xhaka, with one of the most miraculous recoveries after what we first heard about the injury, is straight into the 11 alongside Thomas Partey. So yeah, big news. Smith Rowe out as well. We hear it's a knock. So
And Lacazette captain.
Lacazette's captain
okay.
for the day. So there you go. That's just been confirmed by Turkish. So. Yep, a lot's gone on there, guys. Thanks so much for sticking with us. We will be back in about 20 minutes or so as we watch the game with you guys, and hopefully Arsenal bring back a crucial 3 points. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you very, very soon.